Alright guys, how to overcome anxiety. If you struggle with anxiety, my intention is that this video will massively support you in changing your relationship with anxiety from it owning you and having anxiety attacks or struggling with it or being shut down by it, to the point where at the end of this video my intention is that you can use these tools to own your anxiety, where when it comes up you can create a mindset shift so you can let it go and replace it with peace and power. So I know that's a big claim, but it's important to know that you're really powerful as a human being and that you can shift how you're feeling emotionally and energetically using different tools. So you've done the best you can with the tools up until now. Now I'm going to give you a new set of tools, and I'm not just making this up. I've actually struggled with anxiety myself in the past. I've had extreme anxiety attacks before in my life, where it just get the ear ringing, and then I shut everyone out and I just get really quiet, and I'm like afraid that everyone's going to think that I'm having an anxiety attack. But I've actually learned that it's a gift in a certain sense, and now I don't struggle with anxiety anymore. If it does come up, I can experience it and let it go and replace it with peace, because I've trained myself to be the master of my mind, and you're on the journey of training yourself to be the master of your mind too, because you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't. So step number one, when you feel the anxiety come up, understand that people who experience anxiety are actually very powerful spiritual human beings. They're very powerful spiritual beings, but we just don't know what to do with that energy. And anxiety becomes anxiety when you put the label on it. Anxiety is simply a lot of energy bundled up and focused inwards on yourself, because everything is energy. So once you label that energy as anxiety, you've kind of given it power and you've turned it into something that it's not. And then you bring all of your past experiences and fears onto it, versus just understanding that this is energy, this is power. Every time before I get up to speak, every time I get up to facilitate or to lead a training, I feel all of this energy. And I could label it as anxiety, I could label it as nervousness, I could label it as fear, but I choose to label it and identify as this is energy that's gifted to me from God. This is energy that's gifted to me from the universe, that of course I have all this energy before I'm about to serve these people, because the energy that I had before wouldn't get the job done. So whenever you feel it, identify it as power, and where it won't serve you is when you're pointing it in towards yourself. Don't turn your power in towards yourself. Focus it out onto the world. So feel it and breathe in when you're experiencing it, and breathe out. Because when we have anxiety, we start to shorten our breath. That's just the fight or flight response. We're like, and we start to get really quiet. Do the opposite if you want to let it go. Breathe in and breathe it all out. And there's something that you can do that Natalie taught me that's from Access Consciousness, which is called barriers down, expand out. When we feel that in energy, we want to bury ourselves off from the world energetically. No, don't do that. Bring your barriers down and expand your energy out. Feel and see your energy expanding out towards the stars. Now, you could view this as new nonsense, because you might not understand energy, but if you do, you're missing out big time, because there's a lot more to this reality than we've learned on the forefront. And when you master energy, you truly master life. So this is called barriers down, expand out. You're letting your energetic barriers down. You're expanding out to the stars. You're expanding your energy out. We are all energetic beings. So in expanding your energy out to the stars, your energy isn't focused inwards and building up, where it turns into an anxiety attack, where it's so overwhelming you can't handle it. No, you're letting it all go outside of you, because that energy has to go somewhere. And you can't, energy is basically it's transferred. The law of physics says that we can't destroy energy is never destroyed, it's only transferred. So we can let it go and transfer it outside of ourselves, versus keeping it all stuck in who we are, okay? So that's a tool. Those tools in alone can support you massively in letting go of your anxiety. Number one, don't label it, experience it as energy. Slow down your breathing and let it go. And also it really helps if you have people around you that can support you, because a lot of people, when they have when they have anxiety attacks, they're afraid that they'll be judged for having anxiety, when actually if you just share with somebody that you're having anxiety and you let them in, they're not gonna they're not gonna shame you, they're not gonna judge you, they're gonna be compassionate for you, they're gonna care for you if you're surrounding yourself with those kinds of people. So one of the best things you can do is actually just share what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, because then you again are letting that energy out versus letting it build up in your body. But most importantly, know that you have power over your anxiety. You have power over this energy if you choose. And actually, it's not anxiety to begin with. You're an extremely powerful human being, and you've never been taught what to do with that energy. And my mission is to show you and give you these tools with every single video that I release, so you can learn how to use your power to create the most fulfilling life possible and the maximum impact on earth. So if you feel like that would serve you, hit that subscribe button so you can catch all my videos moving forward. And it's Christmas time here, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whenever you're watching this. Have an absolutely extraordinary week, and I'm excited to share the next powerful tool with you on the next video. I love you, I appreciate you. Share this with somebody who struggles with anxiety so that they can liberate themselves from a lot of that pain and suffering that they experience because of anxiety, and recognize the true power that they have.